Did your stimulus check get sent today? Well, the IRS, U.S. Department of the Treasury, and Bureau of the Fiscal Service announced that today they sent 1 million payments. These payments are the ninth batch of the economic impact payments from the American Rescue Plan. Now, it's not that they like just sent them out today. They actually started processing these payments on last Friday, the 7th. But this is the actual pay date where people should get access to those funds if they have direct deposits for their economic impact payments. Now, those if you're not aware, the Biden administration has been having these checks processed on a weekly basis. Some people have been kind of perplexed at the fact that this far out, the resource that we are still providing people is a resource to check the status of their economic impact payment. Excuse me. A lot of people have been under the assumption that, hey, everybody has received their third stimulus check by now. And quite frankly, that's not the case. Again, these payments are being processed on a weekly basis. So we are now on that ninth batch. For those of you who don't normally file a tax return, if you were in that boat and you have not received a stimulus check from this third batch, you need to file your 2020 tax return. Yes, I know you may not be used to it. Yes, I know you may technically not need to do it. But if you do want to receive a stimulus payment, should you qualify, even if you don't normally file a tax return, you want to get it filed so that way they can get that economic impact payment to you. Now, that's kind of a unique thing to point out, considering that this far out, this deep into the process, these people in this ninth batch probably are not going to be your people who would typically fall under the conditions of not having a requirement to file their taxes. When they did start sending out the payments, they did consider income levels. And so the further out we get, the higher income levels we are dealing with. So if you did fall into that batch of not normally needing to file a tax return and you didn't receive a stimulus payment, you might want to slap your knee and feel a little bad for a second, because if you do end up getting a stimulus payment, you could have received one a whole heck of a lot earlier. Now, again, some people have been under the impression that if they don't normally file a tax return, or if they don't receive federal benefits of any kind, that they would not qualify for a stimulus check. And that's just simply not true, right? You could obviously reach out to the IRS and, get in the queue and try and find out. But the simplest way to see if you qualify is to just go ahead and file that 2020 tax return if you have not yet done it. And I do encourage you to do it before the 17th, before next Monday. Last thing that I want to point out here, and I will let you go, is that just because you've received the first or second economic impact payments, if you received the first or second stimulus checks under President Trump and his administration, that does not mean that you will automatically be qualified for a third stimulus payment. It doesn't matter if you got those two previous stimulus checks or if you were able to claim the 2020 recovery rebate credit. So yes, some people are going to be qualified, but not everybody. The best way to find out is just to go ahead and file your 2020 tax return.